You ever wonder why some families get to move to America together like a squad, while others feel like they are stuck playing an escape room with no clues? Petitioning for multiple relatives at once is not one form. It is more like a stack of separate tickets to the same concert, and each ticket has its own line. Here is the twist nobody explains well. There is no single application where you check a box for mom, dad, and your brother, and boom, everyone gets a visa together, like a family meal deal. You actually have to file a separate petition for each relative, even if they all live in the same house and share the same block of cheese in the fridge. So if you are petitioning for both parents and two siblings, that is 4 separate forms, not one. The form itself is called the I-130, and think of it as a permission slip that says, "Hey immigration, this person is really my family. You are not asking to bring them tomorrow. You are just proving the relationship exists on paper." Here's where people get tripped up like a rake in a cartoon. You have to be a U.S. citizen to petition for your parents or siblings. A green card holder cannot do this part. Only siblings and parents need a citizen sponsor. Spouses and kids have some green card options too, but parents and siblings are stricter, almost like the VIP section has different rules depending on who you are. It is not personal, it is just how the categories were built decades ago. Now let us talk about the line, and I do not mean the DMV kind. I mean the visa bulletin kind. Siblings of citizens are in one of the slowest categories, sometimes waiting over 10 years, so patience is not optional, it is basically a requirement on the application. Parents of citizens actually move faster because they are considered immediate relatives, which is a fancy way of saying no long line. They get to walk right through like they have backstage passes. Meanwhile, your sibling is still checking a number that moves slower than a school computer, loading in 2005. A lot of people assume filing all the petitions at once messes something up, like the government computer will get confused and reject everyone. It will not. Each petition is judged on its own paperwork, so filing together is actually smart. It just means using the same evidence of your citizenship across each one. You will need proof like birth certificates, marriage certificates, and sometimes DNA tests if the paper trail is thin. Think of it like showing your work in math class. You cannot just say, "Trust me," you have to show the receipts. Timing is where an immigration lawyer earns their paycheck. They know which category to file under, how to avoid dumb clerical errors that push you to the back of the line, and how to keep track of 4 different cases without losing your mind. People also forget that approval of the I-130 is not the finish line. It is more like getting picked for the team. You still have to try out for the actual visa interview later. That next step depends on where your relative lives and which category they are in. Doubt creeps in here because 10 years feels like forever, especially when the news cycle changes rules every other year. But rational prep, meaning organized documents, realistic timelines, and legal guidance, turns a confusing maze into something you can actually plan around instead of panic about. Here's the honest lesson. Filing for multiple relatives is less about speed and more about strategy, patience, and paperwork done right the first time. Mistakes do not just slow you down. They can send you back to square one like a bad video game checkpoint. So, if all this sounds like a lot to juggle alone, that is exactly why people lean on professionals who do this daily instead of guessing. Do you want to learn more about how we can help? Check out our links in the description.